Welcome back. We are moving into the second module of our course, and today we need to talk about something that I know is sensitive for a lot of you. We are going to talk about your heart, specifically, how you protect your heart without turning it into stone. If you have been following along with the let them philosophy, and you have started dropping the rope like we talked about in the first video, you might be hitting a very specific emotional wall right now. You might be feeling a mix of guilt and fear. You might be thinking, but wait, if I stop managing everyone, if I stop obsessing over my partner's problems or my friend's crisis, doesn't that make me a bad person? Doesn't that make me cold? Doesn't that mean I don't care? I want to speak directly to the empaths watching this. If you're the kind of person who walks into a room and instantly feels the mood shift, if you are the person everyone calls when they are falling apart, if you physically feel other people's stress in your own body, this video is for you. Because right now, you are probably drowning. You are functioning like a sponge. You walk through your day absorbing every spill, every leak, and every toxic drop of emotion around you. By the time you get home, you are heavy, you are saturated, and you have nothing left for yourself. Today, we are going to learn how to stop being a sponge and start being a fortress. We are going to explore the Stoic concept of the Inner Citadel and learn the vital difference between detachment and dissociation. Let's start by clearing up the biggest misconception about this work. There is a fear that letting them means you stop loving people, that you become an ice queen or a stone wall. That is absolutely false. In fact, the opposite is true. When you are enmeshed with someone, when their anxiety becomes your anxiety, when their bad mood ruins your good day, you aren't actually loving them. You are using them to regulate your own nervous system. You are so busy trying to fix them so you can feel better that you aren't actually present for them. True love requires distance. I know that sounds like a paradox, so let me give you an image to work with. Imagine a lifeguard. A lifeguard sits up in that high chair. They are watching the water. They care deeply about the safety of everyone in the pool. They are alert. They are present. But here is the key. The lifeguard does not jump into the water and doggy paddle alongside every single swimmer just to make sure they are okay. If they did that, they would be exhausted in 10 minutes. And more importantly, if someone actually started drowning, the lifeguard wouldn't have the energy to save them. Worst of all, if a lifeguard sees someone drowning and jumps in, and the drowning person grabs them in a panic and pulls them under, a trained lifeguard knows they have to create distance. They have to break the hold. Because if the lifeguard drowns, nobody gets saved. You have been trying to save people by drowning with them. You think that suffering alongside someone is a badge of honor. You think, if my husband is stressed about work, I should be stressed too, to show solidarity. If my friend is heartbroken, I should be devastated too. No, that serves no one. That just doubles the amount of suffering in the world. The Stoics, specifically Marcus Aurelius, talked about building an inner citadel, or an inner fortress. This is a place inside of you that external events cannot touch. It is a core of calm, reason, and stability. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. He had wars on his borders, a plague killing his citizens, and people constantly trying to betray him. If he had allowed himself to be a sponge, the Roman Empire would have collapsed. Instead, he practiced retreat, not retreating from his duties, but retreating into himself to find his balance before he dealt with the world. So how do we build this fortress? How do we practice what psychologists call compassionate detachment? It starts with a simple realization. You are not responsible for other people's feelings. You are responsible for your actions toward them, but you are not the architect of their emotions. Let's say you have a family member who is committed to being miserable. We all have one. Nothing is ever right. The food is cold. The weather is bad. The government is corrupt. and they want to tell you all about it for 2 hours at Thanksgiving. The sponge, the old you, sits there and tightens up. You try to fix it. You offer solutions. Have you tried this? Maybe look at the bright side. They shoot you down. You get frustrated. You start feeling their anger. By the time dinner is over, you have a headache and you are snapping at your kids. You absorbed their poison. The fortress, the new you, handles this differently. You sit there. You hear them. You can even look them in the eye and say, "That sounds really hard for you." But you do not open the gate. You visualize a glass wall between you and them. Their words hit the glass and slide off. You are observing their misery, but you are not eating it. You are a compassionate witness. You can love them. You can pass them the potatoes, but you do not let their storm enter your sanctuary. This is letting them be miserable. It is respecting their choice to be unhappy without making it your job to cheer them up. Now, I want to address a danger here. There is a shadow side to this. Some people hear detachment, and they go to the extreme of dissociation. Dissociation is when you check out, you go numb, you stare at your phone to avoid connecting. You shut down your heart because you are afraid of getting hurt. That is not what we are aiming for. That is a defense mechanism, not a philosophy. The difference is presence. When you are dissociated, you are absent. You aren't really there. When you are practiced in Stoic detachment, you are fully there. You are listening. You are warm. But you are solid. You are the rock in the stream. The water flows around you. It touches you, but it doesn't move you. This takes practice. It feels unnatural at first because many of us were raised to be codependent. We were taught that being a good mother, partner, or friend means having no boundaries between where you end and they begin. So I want to give you a practical tool to use this week. It is called the pause. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps, said something profound. He said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Most of us have no space. Stimulus. Husband sighs loudly. Response. What's wrong? What did I do? Stimulus. Boss sends an email with a period instead of an exclamation point. Response. Panic. I'm getting fired. Stimulus. Teenager rolls eyes. Response. Anger. Don't disrespect me. We are robots. We are reacting instantly to the stimulus. Let them is the practice of widening that gap. It is finding the space. Next time someone triggers you, I want you to physically pause. Take a breath and ask yourself this one question. Is this mine? Your partner comes home in a bad mood. They are stomping around. Pause. Ask, is this anger mine? No, it belongs to them. It belongs to their bad day at work. Okay, if it's not mine, I don't have to fix it. I don't have to defend myself against it. I can just say, hey, looks like a rough day. Do you need space or do you want to talk about it? And then, this is the hard part, you go back to eating your sandwich. You go back to being happy. You allow them to be in a bad mood while you remain in a good mood. That feels illegal, doesn't it? It feels like betrayal to be happy when someone you love is unhappy. But that is the sponge talking. The fortress knows that your stability is actually the greatest gift you can give them. When you don't spiral with them, you show them that the world isn't ending. You become a safe harbor. If you spiral with them, now there are two people drowning. I want you to try a visualization exercise with me right now. It will only take a minute. Close your eyes. Picture your inner fortress. What does it look like? Maybe it's a cabin in the woods. Maybe it's a high-tech control room. Maybe it's a garden with high walls. Inside this place, everything is yours. Your peace, your values, your self-worth are stored here. Now imagine the people in your life who stress you out are standing outside the gate. They are knocking. Maybe they are shouting, maybe they are crying. You can see them through a window. You have compassion for them. You wish them well, but you have the key. You do not have to open the door and let the chaos inside. You can step out on the porch and talk to them, but you always have a safe place to return to. This week, I want you to catch yourself opening the door too easily. When you feel that knot in your stomach because of someone else's problem, visualize the door. Close it. Say to yourself, I love you, but this is your journey. I am letting you walk it. It is going to feel uncomfortable. You are going to feel the urge to rescue. That is just your old programming. It is the tug-of-war rope calling your name. Don't pick it up. Keep your hands open, keep your heart open, but keep your gates guarded. In the comments below, I want you to tell me, are you a sponge or a fortress? Be honest. Most of us start as sponges. I was a sponge for 30 years. It takes time to build the walls, but tell me where you are starting from. In the next video, we are going to talk about the approval trap. We are going to talk about why we are so desperate for that gold star from other people and how that need for validation is actually keeping us stuck in the mud. It ties perfectly into this because often the reason we can't detach is that we are terrified that if we do, people won't like us anymore. We are going to smash that fear in the next video. Stay strong. Keep building your fortress. I'll see you there.